Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
That ad for American Eagle has led to a bit of a kerfuffle, a debate, if you will, in regard to whether or not it's promoting racism or eugenics.
Okay, now let me just say this. I want to start before we go into this, what is sure to be riveting analysis from Anna and Cenk, Shanky Uyghur here. I want to point out that one, there should be nothing wrong with having this debate. Like, remember how they're like, hey, we should talk on both sides. We should get together and hear all these different ideas. So the fact that a whole bunch of people are like, wow, they feel like there's some eugenics undertones in that ad, we should be able to have that discussion, right? I mean, isn't that a discussion worth having? I mean, she'll go to Tucker Carlson, who's literally said Nazi shit, and she'll go to him and have discussions with him and say, oh, you should be president. But like, oh, some people are like, notice a little bit of eugenics references here in this ad. And she's like, oh, it's the unreasonable left again. We can't even have a discussion. But you got to realize, though, guys, this is hard because we know that Anna and Cenk have racism issues. But I want to go just to this idea of good genes. There's no such thing as good genes, guys. There's just genes. Just because you have a voice that creates a bunch of money in capitalism does not mean you're good. It doesn't mean you're valuable. Like that whole idea of good genes, this idea that you're only good if you're a beautiful movie star or a capitalist success or somebody who generates a whole bunch of money is bullshit. Okay, because Andrew Tate generated a whole bunch of money, and that guy doesn't have good genes. He's got rapey, predator, degenerate, misogynist piece of fucking shit genes. Okay, that where he looks like a goddamn turnip, dude, like a cue ball on top of a fucking pack of Hillshire Farms sausages, dude. Right? Dude, so like, that Sydney Sweeney doesn't have good genes. She just has genes, bro. She's just as fucked up and as like mentally quirky as any other human being on the planet. And there are plenty of girls that are beautiful and blonde and have big boobs that are never going to be successful like she is, because the reality is no matter what your genes are like, not everybody can be success. A tiny fucking group of people gets to be successful in a capitalist world. And so like this whole concept is annoying, bro. And I think that's the kind of like sort of eugenics part behind it, is this idea that your genetic makeup affords you some type of special abilities or value. But that's the basis of white supremacy, guys. The basis of white supremacy is the people born without the melanin, all right, are the fucking, they're smarter, they're more attractive, they're more capable, they're better leaders, they're blah.
Right. If you say only white people, that's crazy, right? But if you say, no, if you're gonna do an ad, and my guess is if they were gonna do this ad 2 years ago or 5 years ago, they would, this is why it's an interesting topic. I think they would not have put a white person in that ad.
Dude, first off, I don't think 5 years ago they would have done an ad like that. Okay, they're doing this ad because this is the climate that's happening right now, right? The dominant political climate right now is ethnic cleansing. Okay, so people that are into that sort of thing, that have that belief system, are coming out of the woodwork, man.
I think that they would have had a conversation with the advertising executives, et cetera, and they would have decided, people will say that we're being racist or eugenics or Nazi or something. So if we're gonna say someone has good genes, we should make it a minority. Okay, that's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a pretty decent read of that culture. So now white people are also allowed to have good genes. Okay. And folks are saying,
so crazy.
Guys, it's a play on words. It's a play on words. If this is the hill you're choosing to die on.
See, that's his thing. If this is the hill you're choosing to die on, right? You see how he does that, right? Like that's always the left wing. If this is your hill you're choosing to die on, if this is the hill you're choosing to die on, but then if you're a right winger, Cenk is like, oh, dude, let's listen to MAGA. Don't count Trump out. I know he's a rapist and a sexual abuser and a crook and a criminal and a degenerate, but he really might help Palestine. Oh, nope, now he's not. We're still gonna give him, let's hear him out. Let's try to turn him, right? But if you're like, oh my God, I feel like this is eugenics. He's like, oh my God, how dare you? How dare you think this is eugenics? How dare you use the term racism? Because some people are like, wow, that's actually feels like a little eugenics because there's an ethnic cleansing happening in America right now. And they're like, what do you mean? Nope, no ethnic cleansing, not eugenics. You just are too sensitive. You're making shit up, blah, blah, blah. And now here's the other thing. You see how they're focusing on the good genes, but here's the problem, Cenk and Anna, and the rest of you people that let this racist bullshit slide. If you want to talk about people having good genes, that means some people have bad genes. So who are the people with bad genes, Cenk Uygur? Right? Because if you go to those right wingers like Charlie Kirk, libs at TikTok, right? Mike Cernovich and wokeness, they think the people with bad genes are black people. They think the people with bad genes are the people born in Somalia. They think the people with bad genes are the people from Haiti. Remember the ones they accused of eating cats and dogs, eating pets because of their bad genes? They think the transgender people or the LGBTQ people they don't like have bad genes. They think the homeless people have bad genes. That's how they ended up homeless. You see where I'm going with this? Because the discussion isn't so much about Sydney Sweeney, oh, I have good genes. Nah, 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 nah. It's like if you start thinking there's a hierarchy of genes, well, who the fuck do you think has the bad ones? Because that's where you're going to find the racism and the bigotry, okay? And it's going to be unspoken because they're going to talk about having good genes. Right? The blonde girl with the beautiful tits and the guy, the rich guy with lots of money will say, yeah, we have good ones. But they never actually vocally talk about who has the bad genes. That's always layered in their judgments, right? When they talk about Chicago and fucking Cincinnati and they talk about people being wild animals or what have you, right? And so that's the thing they're overlooking. So you're not getting this past me, Cenk Uygur. Yeah, they use the low IQ tag. Thank you. Like they did with Kamala Harris. Remember? Does Kamala Harris have bad genes? Because she was low IQ with her fucking law degree. And yes, and using the phrase savages or what have you. It's like, nah. We're onto your game, Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian. But we know you guys are racist. We know it.
You're doing great damage. Because it annoys everyone.
Yeah, it does. It does. It is annoying. It's incredibly annoying. She is a popular actress who is helping brands sell their product.
Yeah, great. No one cares, Anna. Shut the fuck up. All right. No one cares, Anna. You're an unpopular political commentator who's helping right-wing people launder their bullshit, racism, misogyny, transphobia, and now eugenics. Fuck you, Anna. All right? No one cares. I mean, Sydney Sweeney, we like her better. But come on.
That's why they chose her. And she happens to have good genes. She is an attractive woman.
Yeah, see, there we go. That's it, though. She has good genes because she's an attractive woman, which means if you're not attractive like Sydney Sweeney, you have bad genes. Right? That's bullshit. Okay? That's bullshit. See, they don't even they're so dumb. It's like, I'm surprised. Like, they're so clueless. They don't even know what they're talking about. Yeah, somebody said, imagine if somebody went to Anna Kasparian and said all the Armenian people have bad genes, right? Oh, yeah, she'd really love that, right? I mean, Cenk, we can never tell if he's an atheist or a Muslim, but if he was a Muslim one day and somebody said all the Muslims have bad genes, he'd be like, God damn, blow up Israel, right? You know what I mean? Like, come on. They're not really fucking fooling anybody. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.